Yo, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Mad love, welcome. We got Donnie Tsunami live in the living room with us today.
What's
going
good?
on, man? Thanks for coming through. I really appreciate you coming through for me. Um, we ain't gonna waste too much time. We're gonna get right into it. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Make sure y'all hit the follow button. Make sure y'all subscribe on YouTube, all that good stuff. All right, man. So we was talking a little bit behind the scenes, and you was kind of we found out that we went to the same high school together. You know,
Yeah.
the same high school, different times, but same high school.
Yeah.
Mustangs, Marquette Mustangs. So that was surprising to me, and that's a great way for me to segue into our first question, which is tell me much more about you. Like, I want to know more about who Donnie Tsunami is, where you came from, how you grew up.
Growing up, it was really weird. I had a kind of troubled past and shit, but I always had music in my life. So if I go into my sister's room, she was listening to some rock and some heavier shit, maybe some metal. I go into my brother's room, he was listening to Gucci, Young Jeezy, Akon,
You was
all them
around.
motherfuckers. Project Pat, one of them people. Mobb Deep, all that shit. I go up to my dad's room, he's listening to Garth Brooks, the Eagles, what's another one? AC/DC, shit like that. I go to my mom's room, she's listening to Lady Gaga, Pink, and shit like that. So I got everything absorbed no matter what. And then there was a custody situation that went on. I started living with my grandparents, and they listened to a lot of old school shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking jazz and all that. And then I was going to church for a little bit too, so I was just getting all type of music, and I always wanted to do music. And then I called my cousin up one day. Shout out MC7, my cousin Patrick. He does tattoos now down at the Electric Peacock in Columbia.
Okay.
But growing up, I talked to him a lot, and then he had showed me tech, and he had showed me Hobson and tech, and for my brother, I was listening to Lil Wayne a lot growing up, but Lil Wayne was one I always stuck with. The Adele remix back when he made Alphabet Bitches and shit like that, like old school. When he was like, I remember when he even sent shots at 50 Cent.
Mixtape Wayne.
Yeah, mixtape Wayne. And so I got all that adapted, and then my cousin introduced me to tech, and so I was like, tech and Wayne were like my two biggest influences. Tech Nine, yeah. And then my cousin called me up one day. He's like, "What do you think of this, cuzzo?" Spit something to me over I don't know what instrumental it was. I can't remember, but it was a pretty big one. I think it was a Wu-Tang beat or something.
Okay.
And I was like, "That shit's cool." And he was like, "Go listen to Eba." I was living with my grandparents at the time, going through the whole custody situation, and we were in, like I said, the Chesterfield area.
Okay.
And then I was out in Marquette going there, and I was still going to Marquette, and then my grandparents got really sick, and so I moved out, and then I went into a shelter because where I was going wasn't going to work out. So I went to a shelter, saved up on my own bread, got my own apartment and shit, and then I was down north side St. Louis, right by what they call Club Shells.
Okay, yeah. Club Shell, that's like,
yeah,
everybody know Club Shell area, yeah. Okay.
So I was taking around there for a while, and I got all that music adapted and shit, and so I started eventually fucking around, writing shit, and putting shit here and there, and I was rapping with my friends in high school, rapping in the hallway, doing little ciphers and shit. I even did Photoshop all the way through high school and middle school, and everything I did with Photoshop, I'd always make like album covers and fucking mixtape covers and just like fan made shit, or like lyric covers, or typography was one of my favorites because I'd make people's faces out of their lyrics.
That's dope.
Yeah, bro.
That's dope.
I had one of my buddy Khan, I think, Khan the rapper. I don't know if you ever heard of him. Knowledge Above All Nonsense. He's fucked with King ISO and Tech Nine and Dem Joints and Dr. Dre and shit, but dude is iller thriller. I did a typography of him and sent it to him one time with all his lyrics and the titles of his songs and shit. So I was just getting adapted to all this music, and so I was like, man, what if I fucked around and like wrote some shit? So I started like doing little things, finding what I liked, but I was imitating a lot of like what I listened to.
Okay.
And then my buddy, I met Jaleel in the apartment, And shout out to Jaleel, man. Without him, I don't know where I'd be at. Dude saved my life, but he introduced me to a lot of New Orleans shit and different areas and shit like that and their type music. And he's like, man, you got good music. First day I met him, I was up till 3 a.m. recording with just a basic laptop like that, and I had a snowball microphone with Audacity and just a USB hookup to mix shit. And then I learned how to use Audacity. So then from there, I started making a few tracks. And then I don't know if you're familiar with Jay Kazi.
Okay, yeah, I am.
Jay Kazi invited me out to B-Sides.
Okay.
And I went out there and I battle rapped.
All right.
I battle rapped and I freestyled. And he was like, bro, you're fucking killing it, dude. You need to fucking stick with the shit. And so did Jaleel. So growing up, that's what it was like for me. Sorry I got sporadic enough of it, but it was like that. I got all these like different kinds of music, so there wasn't like, and there still isn't one box I necessarily fit in.
Right.
Like when you hear a lot of my tracks, everything is different from the last thing I put out, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your sound is definitely like, it's not in one place. You're not in a box.
And growing up, I was always the kid that wasn't popular, but everybody like knew me. Like everybody knew me, but I wasn't him.
Right.
You know,
I feel that.
I was just one of the kids like, oh yeah, Donnie, yeah, that's what's up, cool, you know. But I was everywhere. I wasn't really with a certain clique or anything. I just kind of hung out with my buddies, and then I'd go the fuck home wherever that was, whether it was at my mom's or my grandparents. Like I said, I had a lot of weird life shit going up. My brother was in prison a lot, prison off and on. My sister was in the military, and my parents were both in the hospital a lot. My dad, I lost him at the age of 12.
Damn.
So it was a lot of moving around and a lot of hecticness. Like sometimes I'd come home from school, I didn't even know if I'm going home.
Right.
You know, I might be going to my aunt's house or something like that. You know, it's just wherever I'm going. But I use that to like fuel and like I want to be the generational break and just make some shit happen. Make some shit happen for me and for my side of the family and for those my family that I do got left. You know,
Right.
but I've always been someone to go and get it even as a kid. And shout out my sister and my brother and my cousins for always like believing me and supporting me. Even my grandma, she passed away, I believe this year, early in January. She supported me to the very end. Call me up randomly and be like, Donnie, are you doing any shows? Are you doing any shows this weekend? Well, you know, be safe and be blessed. And so I'm very grateful to be shaped into who I am.
That's amazing right there, for real, bro. Like to have the support from even your grandmother, like up until the end, that's amazing. A lot of people ain't fortunate. Even though you've had a rough upbringing, like a lot of people ain't even that fortunate. You feel me? So look,
Everybody's always got it worse than me. That's why I always go by this. Nobody cares. Work harder.
facts. That's facts. Don't nobody give a shit until you made it. When
Yeah,
you made
until
it,
you
they
made
start. They give a fuck when you made it.
And they really give a fuck when you're dead. As sad,
Man.
as sad as it
Sad,
is,
right?
they really give a fuck when you're dead.
That's why I be trying. You asked me before we went live, like, why do you do this? And I was like, that's really the reason why I do it, is because I want to give y'all
I really
flowers
go hard for my
before-
dad and my grandparents.
Right. I want to give y'all flowers before anything happens to y'all. You know what I'm saying? RIP to Crowdine, because I actually lost Crowdine
Rest in
earlier this
peace.
year. You know what I'm saying? But let tell me how you got your name, Donnie Tsunami. How'd you come up with the name?
I went over to my sister's. There was her boyfriend at the time, but now they're together. Now they're married. So I went over to my sister's boyfriend's crib, and I was smoking pot with one of his buddies out back, and he was like, "Man, let's roll up this joint and let's get high." He's like, "You doing any shows lately?" I was like, "No, not really, man. I'm just kind of chilling, you know." And he's like, "Old Donnie Tsunami, just out here chilling." I was like, "What the fuck?" It was the first time I ever heard it.
So you was doing shows even before you got the name?
It was Barrage, but it wasn't
Barrage
like
back before you really.
it wasn't really like big shows. It was just like talent shows, little open mic things and shit here and there, but it wasn't nothing crazy.
Okay, so then he came up with the Donnie Tsunami. Your buddy did. You just
Yeah.
sporadically kind of said it.
Yeah, and I didn't know how I felt about it at first. And so I was like, okay. And so I called my homeboy from Baltimore. I've still been cool with him too. Shout out Biz. I don't know if he's watching this right now. Shout out Biz, man.
Shout out
Um,
Biz.
I told him, I was like, man, what do you think about this? Donnie Tsunami. He was like, Donnie Tsunami? That shit sound hard as fuck. That shit sound dope as hell. It's tsunami season.
Nah,
It's fucking wave
that's
gang
hard.
up in this motherfucker. There's so much you can do with that. Bitch is dripping. What they know about it. The wave about to get them wet. Like, he took it to the fullest extent. He was like, bro, that's the fucking most badass name ever. That shit tight. Like, he fucking hyped me the fuck up. I was like, okay, all right, yeah. I guess this is it then.
Look, I'm telling you something, man. Look, you got something that a lot of people don't have. It's a hell of a support system, because to have somebody hype that up, and it is a dope name. You know, I feel like motherfucker want to see what Donnie Tsunami talking about when they see that on the flyer.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck who is Donnie Tsunami? It's certain names that do stand out. So that's dope that you had somebody really support that and push it. And so, like, two of your buddies really is the reason why
Yeah.
you Donnie Tsunami right
Yeah.
now. Shout out to both of them, man.
Yeah.
All right, so what age was it when you discovered a passion for music? Because you told me about like a lot of music that you listened to, and you, like me, had a lot of musical influences all around you coming up. So when did you
when I
discover
went to
that
my
passion?
first concert, shout out Snow the Product. We actually are like, we cool like that now, which is really fucking wild to me. to say.
Right.
But shout out Snow. That was the first concert I went to, because after I branched off listening to Tech Nine like my cousin told me to, I was starting to listen to everybody on the roster. So I heard Chris, and then Chris had this song called, I think it's Damage.
Okay.
And she was on it. She gets in this motherfucker, I came and do a damage, da 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 da, and this crazy pinball flow, and then switches to Spanish, and she's like, oh, I went English and Spanish, motherfuckers can't manage, and I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
This shit is dope. Like the double entendres, the metaphors, the bars, the flow switch, the language switch, all of it dope. MC at its finest. And so I was like, this is cool shit. And then I asked my grandpa, I was like, man, if I use the mower and go around, mow some lawns and shit, can I go to this concert? He's like, sure, whatever. So I got the mower, I packed it in his Yukon. I was like, we're going down here, bring it for me. You know, so once I learned how to mow lawns and shit, which I was horrible at it at first, but he was a hard ass. I used a fucking push mower, and so I was out there. Got the money for the tickets, got VIP, and I was the tallest person in the crowd, and she let me come up there and spit for her, which was dope as fuck.
So you was already writing. Like, you was already writing and shit before that.
I had a song called Rest in Peace. It's still on my YouTube. It's older than what it says on my YouTube. I think it says like 3 or 4 years old, but that song's like 6 years old. It's one of the ones I recorded in my apartment.
Okay.
It's by my father, and I spit that for her, and it was dope. It was dope as fuck, bro. And I got a shirt that was Vibe Higher, and it said, to Donnie, happy birthday and shit. It was cool as fuck, and that's where I first like met her and went to my first concert. And I was like, dude, this is something I want to do. Like, I thought to myself, and I went home. I was just sitting there. I was like, damn, this is something I really want to do this, no matter what.
So,
I told my grandpa that, and he's like, well, don't be bashful about your money. That's one thing I always learned. Don't be bashful about your money, and make sure your shit's copyrighted.
he was right. Hey, he was real right. Damn. Hey, look. When was that first concert? Like, how old was you?
I think it was like 15, 16.
Okay. But you had already been writing raps before that, battling at the school and all that. Of course, because you went up there and wrote and spit some shit.
Yeah.
Okay. That's dope. So that was your first concert experience way back. Because I ain't even trying to fast forward, but I got questions for you. So that's crazy though. That's crazy. Okay. Wow. And that was like 15, 16. How many years ago? How old are you now?
I am 23, going to be 24 next month.
Okay. Damn.
quite some time ago.
And so you got pulled up on the
That was
stage
too long down.
because you was.
I wasn't on the stage. I got pulled up to the front like by the
just pushed up to
guardrails
the
and
front.
shit.
Okay.
It was right after her
And
step.
you spit right
yeah,
there.
Yeah, I spit right there, and there were a few people hanging out, and her openers hanging out and shit.
Oh no, that's
So
crazy.
it was cool as fuck. And that's how I got in contact with Lisa and her manager, and I've always just had that number. And so when I saw her go on tour and I was doing shows for real, I reached out, and boom, it happened 2 years ago. And then when I saw her go on tour again this year, and I could do it because I couldn't make the one last year, hit her up again. And they've always been amazing people, amazing team. Like, bro, I never had this before. I went down to Iowa with my buddy Storyteller, and they had our own green room and shit. Like,
Right.
TV in that bitch, which is cool as shit, like fucking refrigerator and all kind of shit. And we had a 15-minute set. We got to use DJ Pumbaa, so like that was cool. I got to meet everybody. My green room was right next to hers, and she came back and like talked to me and Storyteller for about 30-45 minutes.
And that's the recent show that you had, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so did you get the chance to reflect on that moment from way back when you spit for her?
Yeah.
did?
Yeah, she remembers me. Yeah.
Okay. She
Yeah.
remember. That's what's up, man. Because
So it's cool. It's cool. It all came back around.
full circle for
Yeah,
sure.
full circle. And it's amazing. My first show under and like in the scene was like, I remember I went to a festival. I spit for Afro Man. Shout out to Kill It With Fire for putting me onto that. I rapped for him real quick. It was before he was doing all these tours in the Midwest. But my first show was Whitney Payton at Pops.
That was your first show where you performed at.
I performed that, had a full reel set, mixed and mastered by Bunker Studio, my own tracks, my own shit, own everything, all Donnie Tsunami. Like,
Yeah.
I was on the bill, my logo and everything.
How old was you then? How
was-
long was that?
20, 21?
Oh, okay. So that was just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I really started seeing you there. Like, I just got hip to you about a year ago, maybe a little bit over a year with the music reviews. I started getting music, started seeing videos, So
I
that's
know you
how
see
got-
my EPK, that cracked everybody up.
Yeah, I did. See
Yeah,
that. Yeah. All right. So you started writing. When did you start writing songs? Like, when did you really start writing songs?
Penning them, like, I've always put pen to paper for a while now, but like I never made anything a full track until like I was just getting out of high school. I would just write down a few things here and there and rap them. Just write down a few things here and there, see how this sounds. Maybe this was cool, maybe this was cool.
So was you so like in high school though, you was battling and things like that. So you was just kind of write this, write that, and incorporate it into your battles or whatever you was doing when you was in the school.
Not all the time. I went all off the dome.
Freestyling a lot.
Yeah, I love freestyling, especially growing up on Wayne, mixtape Wayne, and like that, and listening to a lot of Juice WRLD. I love freestyling. I still freestyle to this day. Cosmo, I drive Cosmo and Storytelling Terrain crazy because I'll be in the car like turn on a 1 hour beat with
It just
like 30
yeah.
beat. Yeah, I'll just black out and go,
Yeah.
dude. And so during the battles, I would just battle other people in my school who thought they were cool, thought they were good and shit. So I was like, okay, cool, let's battle, And so I'd sit there, I'd fucking just go at it, destroy them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that first song that you really wrote and put together, you said it was right after high school. Do you remember the song and the recording process? How was the session?
I had
How
a
did
few
you
songs in
record
the apartment that were like, but the first one was Rest in Peace.
it? Okay.
That was like the first song I wrote and recorded. It didn't have a hook onto it, and it was even before I got into the apartment. It's Raya, Rest in Peace was for my father, and I did it one take, wrote the lyrics down. It was over a regular ass boom bap beat, like a Joey Badass beat.
Okay.
And then there's other songs like Locked and Loaded, Sloppy, Veneno Vegito, Underrated, and a lot of those are my first ones. Live in the Moment.
Okay. And you mentioned to me earlier, I think, before we was live, you had a laptop. You was recording the songs yourself.
Yeah, I was doing everything myself.
Mixing them, whatever master it'll be.
Yeah, mixing and mastering everything. I was doing whatever I could to make it have that sound. And even when I didn't understand whatever it was that I was doing, it's not that I didn't understand what it was doing. I didn't understand the terms for it. So like people be like, "Damn, this sounds good," you know? Did you like mix and master it yourself? I'd be like, before I even knew what mixing and mastering was, I'd be like, "No, I edited it to the point it just sounded good," you know, and it sounded good to me, and I played it in the car. So I don't know what that is. Does it sound good?
Mixed, you mixed and mastered it. Like that's the process, yeah.
And so I eventually learned what that was and shit. So I did everything myself, even down from like having my own little fucking reflecting thing. I got a piece of cardboard, I put it together, and I fucking put some sound pieces on there, and I had a desk like this. I set it up right there. Even I set it up in my living room. I had a Blue Snowball microphone with a pop filter.
Okay.
I had everything, and then I had Presonus and Audacity.
Okay, yeah, there you go. And so, like, what was you using for beats and production at that time? Was you just snatching shit?
Like, yeah, I was just snatching shit.
Yeah,
just
like everybody was.
Yeah, just snatching shit, but I wasn't putting it up on anything. No,
just doing it.
Well, yeah, but I also knew the repercussions that could happen. Because God forbid a motherfucker come at you, hey.
Yeah, that's facts.
Sometimes be looking for this email, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's true. All right, that's cool. So, what was some of your? You told us a lot about a lot of the music that you listened to coming up. You was getting here, this, here, there, everywhere. But if you could pinpoint
one of them songs,
no, like a few of your, and it could be like if you could pinpoint some songs that was really inspiration.
Eva by Tech Nine, Evil Brain Angel Heart. Okay. That was a good one, and Go DJ by Lil Wayne.
Okay.
That was my shit. Man, I Miss My Dogs by Lil Wayne. Friends in Low Places by Garth Brooks. I know that has nothing to do with any hip hop shit.
Nah, but these are the inspirations. If these are the inspirations. These are the inspirations.
I liked a lot of ODB, Old Dirty Bastard.
Okay.
Old Dirty Bastard and Gucci Mane, Top Chef.
Okay.
Top Chef with the Akon, yeah.
Yeah, specifically. All right. What was it necessarily about these songs? They just made you feel like...
They made me feel like I was at the prime of my life at the time. You know, I'd go to school. Everybody would be like, what you listening to? Oh, I got some Top Chef I'm playing. Now, I did not know what those songs were talking about at the time.
Right.
But, you know, I was... listening to them.
That was that shit for you. Okay.
It made feel like whatever was going on at home or anything or any problems I was dealing with, all that didn't fucking matter. I'm the shit right now. I'm built for this shit.
Facts. I feel that. Nah, that's real. All right, so who inspires you right now? Who are some of your inspirations now?
My peers.
I feel that. That's a big answer. Shout out your peers who inspire you.
Cosmo, Stefan Urkel, Wayne B, Terrain, Centauri, Black Widow from Bet on Black.
Okay.
Storyteller 417, Comp the Great, bro. Without Comp the Great, I wouldn't have a lot of the knowledge I have now to be able to maneuver so smoothly throughout the scene. He's taught me a lot of golden shit.
Okay.
Those are some prominent names. And Frost is somebody who recognized my ambition right from the get-go, which I appreciate him too. So shout out to all those people that like really inspire me, bro, because they're the reason they keep me going. I'll be sitting down and, you know, Storyteller will call me or T-Rain will call me. T-Rain hit me one time. I was sitting down. I was just sitting in the whip, just thinking about life. He calls me. He's like, motherfucker, I just dropped Party Chat, and guess what? I'm about to send you 4 unreleased songs. And so I was like, okay, boom, hops off the phone. That's all he says. Sends it to me. I'm like, what the fuck? I need to go do something. What am I doing wrong? Like, it makes me want to go back to the drawing board, see what I'm doing wrong, get back into work, and that's how I keep going too. That's how I always try to strive. And the main thing is myself. Shout out to me, because if it wasn't for me doing everything I did in the past, it wouldn't make me want to go as hard as I do now. Because the whole point is you're supposed to build up like a staircase or like a ladder. So I always try to make sure the next big thing that's happening, whether it be a song, whether it be a show, whether it be a music video, whether it be a podcast or something, I always try to make that bigger than what I did before.
Facts. Facts. I feel that. All right. So, who are some of the producers that you work with for your music to create the sound that you got now?
Huge shout out to Bunker Studio, DJ Panda, and H3 Music all the way from Colorado. That dude's been fucking with me for a while now. Bunker Studio has been fucking with me for about 5 years now. I love them to death. They're awesome people. Ryan goes above and beyond to make sure my sound sounds amazing every
Is
time.
that the engineer?
Yeah.
Shout out to Ryan, the engineer.
He does everything from the graphics, the music videos, the engineering, making the beats, all that.
Okay.
Like, he even helped me with my playlisting, helped me run advertisements, helped me learn a lot of the business, helped me learn how to set up a show and make money. Like, dude really helped me with a lot. He has a bunch of knowledge in music, so shout out to him. He's a huge producer of mine, and a lot of it's H3 and a lot of it's DJ Panda too.
Okay, that's what's up. All right, yo, you got like a team of people behind you.
I
Like
try,
you got
man.
a lot of people, you got a lot of people that's in your corner, it seems like, man, for real. You got a lot of people that believe in you, bro. Too much, not enough.
Yeah.
You was telling me that song's really been speaking to you a lot here lately, and it's a song that you've had for a while. Why would you say this song's been really speaking to you a lot here lately?
Because it feels like at times there's too much. When I, like, I'm maybe doing too much, or something's too much, or something too much on me, or I don't know, or maybe it feels like I'm not doing not enough, at the same time.
Right. I feel that.
Like a mixed emotion type of thing. And it can relate to business, it can relate to love, it can relate to anything. You apply to anything. Sleep, god damn it.
He says sleep. Yeah, damn it. Hey, I feel that because I definitely be feeling like I'm grinding. And sometimes I feel like I'm doing it so much that I can, but I'm not doing enough. Like you said earlier, look, don't nobody give a fuck. All right, so who are some artists and producers that you would like to work with? Like maybe industry, national artists, producers.
I want to
anything
work
like
with
that.
Currency really bad.
Currency, really bad.
Currency's dope as fuck. I would love to work with Nelly. I'll give you a top 5 each, producers and artists. Love to work with Nelly. Tech's definitely on that list. Wayne's definitely on that list, and so is Currency. And then,
Gotta round it out with that fifth.
yeah, man. So I'd probably say Kalani.
Okay.
Kalani.
Okay.
Dope fucking voice. Kalani or Rihanna.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I need a
okay.
singer in that motherfucker.
Hey, yeah, nah, for real though. Like Rihanna, that's that's big. I'm gonna support that song 100%.
Yes,
when you
sir.
get it made. All right.
Yeah. And producers, Timbaland,
Okay.
Scott Storch, Dr. Dre, Seven, who's the producer for Tech,
Okay.
and then who's Dr. Dre, Timbaland, Seven, and then it might seem corny, but shout out to Bunker. I want to keep working with Bunker.
Yeah, nah, shout out to them. Hey, that's who it is.
Those, all of them I named, they all have like very different beats, very eclectic beats. You're not gonna get something that's oversaturated with the same clap, snap, kick, 808, whatever the fuck. The same hi-hat or whatever. It's always something different, and that's what I love about them. Like, if I go up to Scott Storch, I was like, man, I want something that sounds like I'm in a damn casino. I'm sure he's gonna come up with something crazy.
He said something that's like in the casino. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, hey, man, shit can sound hard. You can turn a lot of samples and make a lot of stuff happen. Like, even you can make even certain flows sound like certain things. I remember when I think text said like, "Oh, my flow sounds like a ping pong ball." It's like da 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 da. When
Tech be going crazy.
he be chopping
I
shit.
don't be listening to him, but I can't deny his skill. Like he goes crazy.
He does that, and he's connected out here, man. He's fucking connected.
Well, I
as
mean,
hell.
like if you want
He
to
got songs to everybody. Tupac.
I feel like if you want to be like anybody in the industry, he is the person that you would want to be like.
Because he's cool with everyone.
He been jamming since like I was in high school, like 97, 98. He been jamming since that long. And probably longer than that, for real.
Yeah,
it's
probably.
just when I started really hearing them, because when I graduated from high school, that's when I really started hearing about Tech Nine. That was like 97. So like 97, 98, he was already popping before that, I believe, a little bit. And it's all independent.
Mm-hmm. Another person who's been around a long fucking time, 2 Chainz.
Oh, yeah, he has. Yeah, he has.
He's been around for a minute.
Yeah, he has.
There's
All
a few
right.
of them that have been out here.
So like you've been touring and doing a lot of shows lately, man. Like over the last year.
The goal was because when you think about it, in Missouri, there's a few million people.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough to support a career.
Is it? Yeah, it is. A million. I mean, like
A few million people. If you get half those people,
yeah,
at least 500,000, you can have at least a decent career in music.
Yeah.
A decent career in music. Now, that's what you do with those 500,000. But if I hit every city, all the small cities, Lynn, Jeff City, Waynesville, Raleigh, then Columbia, Springfield, Kansas City, St. Louis, St. Charles, goddamn St. Clair, everything that I fucking can. 5 people from there, 6 people. Eventually, all that's gonna add up.
Yeah, no,
you know, and it's starting to show on my page too, man. All this going fucking everywhere. Yeah, it's mentally draining at times, and it's a lot to take in. And there's times you think you gotta, recharge, which you definitely got time to, but you gotta go right back at it. But next year, I'm gonna be taking a step back and only doing paid shows. So it's either come correct with your paper, or I ain't coming at all.
I know that's right. Hey, I know that's right. And you seem to have a solid strategy, man. So like, keep on doing your thing. And like,
unless it's something that I go for and I want to go for, and it's different, or it's something special, or it's like, if I was on Frost Night, fuck yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Well, there's certain things that it's like
certain
the loyalty and the love and the homage that it brings, but other things it's like, no, I'm not coming that far.
Yeah,
I definitely
4 hour. Yeah, bro. Speaking of which, 4-hour trip. I got like a 4-hour drive this weekend for the Grave Rave. It's gonna be an awesome show. It's gonna be an awesome show. But damn.
Yeah, a little 4-hour drive. Yeah.
There and back.
That ain't too bad though. 4 hours ain't too bad.
It's 11 to the 13th, so I get time to recharge.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be cool because it's EDM and hip hop. It's gonna be an awesome time. There's gonna be fire spinners and shit there. All people smoking. It's a camp out type of thing. Those are the shows I love a lot too, man. Because
more like a festival.
Yeah, well, because you get to actually connect with people there, and like I've met people like this was made by somebody who was just, they loved my performance. Shout out Emily, handcrafted hemp jewelry. She gave this to me. She was like, I love that you were out here and sharing your art, and gave me this fucking St. Louis hemp piece right here.
That's dope right there.
So
yeah,
I loved it. So certain things like that, I get to connect with the people and see these vendors. Shout out to Blazing Creation Design Studio, like them, for example. I get to meet them and see them at a bunch of festivals and shit. And there's certain people that, like, when I go to these festivals, it's like, boom, okay, I'm here. I'm with my family. I'm with my homies, because I don't really got that much family left, man. So when I go out to these things, it's always fun.
It's like a family reunion down there. You get to see people you ain't seen in a minute.
Yeah.
And really get the vibe with people that's like you and shit. I get that. All right. So that's coming up, and when is that?
This weekend.
This weekend.
Yeah, so like here Friday.
You gotta get out. Okay. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming through before you do that, man. Listen. And where's that gonna be at? Go and plug it one more time. Where it's gonna be at?
Rave, Summersville, Missouri at Captain Jack's Campground. No kids, 21s plus. It will be a great time. There's gonna be EDM DJs, fire spinners, EDM DJs, fire spinners, vendors, jewelry, clothing, all kinds of shit there. You can go ahead and grab some wax, some weed, some shrooms, whatever you need, dude.
It's going down. All right,
It's going
man.
down.
Y'all heard him, man. Go check him out and go check his performance out. That's gonna be dope. All right, so look, you full circled the Snow the product. Just how was that full circle being able? What you opened up for?
This will be that was my third time opening for.
Third time.
If you want to count the first time you spin, but it's second.
That's crazy, man. So okay, so 2 times you opened for.
2 times I opened for it. First time it was like I went up to her and just spit. It wasn't really open anything, but yeah.
Okay.
Third time it was just cool because I actually I learned more than myself and just exploring, going willy nilly, and like, you know, no disparagement to the people that have given me game and shit, but I learned more in that 30 to 45 minutes than I have probably my whole entire
career. Of doing what you're doing. Yeah.
It's absolutely surreal because like I said there, I told her, I was like, man, I spent $600 to get here. Like, I don't think you understand.
It was worth your $600. You got the game.
Yeah. It was worth everything. I got to sit back there. I don't want to say too much, but
like you paid for a seminar.
Yeah. Like,
right.
Like, I pay for my classes.
Right.
God. I don't want to say too much, but it's gonna become even more full circle next year. I can't say what's gonna happen. I can't say shit.
Okay.
But
it's coming full circle next year. All right.
I'm just smile. I can't.
I'm just waiting for you to go on and blow. And when you do, whatever happens, come back.
Oh, we still tuning in always.
Come see me. See me. You know what I'm saying? Look, listen, I believe, you know what I mean? Because look, you got a lot of things going on. You got a solid, you know, circle and connection, and it's been strong. And the thing about your story that's crazy, that's different from other people, a lot of people do music. Not to say you was already writing. You already had this love for music. You already was using music to get away from the trauma, so to speak, that you was living, right? And I feel like that's a lot of our stories. But the difference with you is your story is concert based. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you went and got to like your first fucking concert, right?
Yeah.
And you got to spit at it.
Yeah.
Like that's a hell of a way to fall in love with everything that you're doing, and it really, really makes sense. Like this has to be my life. You know what I'm saying? That's the story. That's an amazing story, bro.
Yeah, bro. And I couldn't, you know, man, I couldn't be happier because it like I said, it's came full circle, and then I'm out here doing more shit. And my next big thing that I'm hoping to accomplish, opening for Tech 9 in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay, it's gonna happen, bro.
November 15th. If not that date, then goddamn it, I'm trying to get on one of them.
Well, you said you want to do something in Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I am going to Kansas City.
Going to Kansas City?
Yeah, December 7th. I'm gonna try to go down there to record at the Strangeland studio. I'm coming with some bread.
Okay, he said I'm going with some. Listen, that'd be a dope. But see, listen, that's what I'm saying. Like your thought process is different. Like your thought process is different because you like, I'm going where they be at.
Yeah, I know. I'm pulling up.
Yeah, I'm pulling up where they be at. I ain't waiting on them to come. I'm going to there.
Yeah.
This is the dream. Like I fuck with that so tough.
So if it don't work out November 15th, December 7th, I'll be in your city.
Because look, you was asking me about me behind the scenes, right? And you asked me about what's coming up for me and shit like that. And I didn't. That's one of the things I gotta go to the gaming tournament, the Evo, where in Las Vegas, where it's everybody being the gaming tournament at, right? The biggest gaming tournament. I gotta go to that. I gotta go where they be at.
Pull up.
Yeah. It don't matter if I win or lose. I gotta go where they be at, right? So
that's a great learning experience.
But it's not that. It's the networking opportunities, because what I'm doing, I want to be able to get, hey, let me interview you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta go where they be at. And I fuck with your strategy so fucking like, cause bro, your story is different than others, bro. It's amazing. You got a story to tell and to even go further on. So when y'all other interviewers in the future, y'all need to watch this interview because it's gonna give you insight to what you need to know later.
I appreciate that, man.
Straight up, for real.
That's awesome. I appreciate that.
Like, and I'm not downplaying nobody else's story.
Shout out my hype man Johnny in the chat.
Oh, shout out to him.
Wave gang, we out here.
Not downplaying nobody else's story, but just the way that you went, you know, like your concert experience being the reason why. A lot of people's reason why isn't that, you know what I mean? A lot of people's reason why is, well, yeah, of course I'm trying to get away from all of this, and yeah, I think this artist and this, that, and other, but having that experience is crazy. For real. All right, you told me you got like 3 or 4 videos already.
Yeah.
And then you got some video coming.
I got Not the Same coming with Cosmo. It's gonna be. I haven't set a date. I had a date beforehand, but then I wasn't feeling well. You know about that.
Facts.
I was supposed to come through, and I couldn't make that one. It's being shot by Bunker Studio, so that's gonna be awesome.
Shout out to Bunker Studios, man. They name all through the interview.
Yeah, always,
Studios
always,
is the fam right there.
always. Cosmo and I made this song. It was super dope. I remember just getting on the hook, and I was just like, nah, because it was a real short hook. I was like, nah, we not the same, and I'm only getting started. Stay in your lane. And then I was like, that sounded kind of good. I just did it one more time, and then I was like, okay. And I sat and I listened to it, and I listened to it, and I listened to it, and I sent it over to him, and I listened to it repeatedly, and I was like, that resonates with me, because I'm very different, you know. I had the blue hair, now I got the brown hair. It's probably gonna go blue again soon. I'm fucking taller than everybody. I got one lung. I'm fucking weird as hell. Like,
they love weird,
you know.
Man.
I'm just out here, man. I'm not your average person, you know. I've just out here. I'm the most out of pocket, probably not most out of pocket, but I'm pretty out of pocket. I'm goofy as hell. I'm the person that's on stage like, I'm out of breath. I'll be like, man, cut that shit out. I need to breathe. You know, stop the smoke machine, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Most people won't say that, but I mean, I'll get up, do some weird shit. I'll get up, take a dab on stage, whatever. A lot of people look at me like I'm crazy because I got the hair sometimes, or I'll wear weird like tie-dye outfits, all kinds of hippie shit.
Right.
But, you know, not the same. But I still come, I kill it no matter what. And same with Cosmo. He looks like he's dressed like a wizard half the time. But no matter what, you heard his music when I showed you. He's barring shit up.
Right. Now I feel like you gotta be different, and you gotta be able to not be afraid to be different too. It really helps.
And that's what that song is about, and I love it. And that's gonna be music video is gonna be, once I get a date for it, it's gonna be all black on black, and then me and him are just gonna be dressed up in the 2 crazy outfits at the Fur Collective, my hype man shop. We'll be in there, and we got this like, he's got this like giant blue throne, and we're just gonna have everybody dressed in all black and shit while we're rapping like an old school like fucking rap battle circle. And there's gonna be a microphone drop down. Maybe I'm gonna make the microphone look some crazy shit, but I have like a vision of what I want it to look like.
Okay, that's what's up. And when we expect in the video? When we expect
before the end of the year, before my birthday, November 29th. Before November 29th. Okay. And November 29th, I'll be performing at Pops for Baby Skeet's Big Baby Bash. Shout out Frost Money, put me on that. Cash Flow's on there too.
Yeah, Cash Flow. Shout out to Cash Flow. He a staple.
Yeah,
he a staple on the stream for sure. That's bro right there.
Dude is dope as hell. I've been bumping bopped out.
J-Dog in the chat said, kind of reminds me of Aquaman. Yo, that is crazy. What's going on, J-Dog? Shout out to everybody who came through in the chat, man. We really appreciate y'all. We're going to go back and read some of the chats. Mr. Smiley said, I was there, the best opener, I swear. I normally don't watch interviews, but this one is by far the best one. Oh man, listen, you got to check out all my interviews. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel, man. Shout out to everybody in here, man. If anybody got any questions, man, ask the questions. Now we finna go on and ask them questions if y'all want to. Listen, let me ask you this before we get out of here. You got the video coming November 29th. You got the show coming November. Before November 29th, you said you're gonna have the video.
Yeah.
You got the show coming in November. You got the show coming this weekend. You got anything else happening in 2024?
All right, so here, hold on. I'll give you the rundown. So I got this weekend's the Grave Rave. Then we're going to the Canna Gala, which is October 18th to the 19th for Giant Weed Festival. And then the 19th, I'm doing a show in the morning, and I'm performing for like, I think, slight 300, 400, which is always guaranteed because it's just a bunch of weed vendors and shit. So I'm doing that, and then heading straight back here to open up for Chris Calico, Whitney Payton, and Dizzy Wright that same night with Wayne being there.
My God.
And then that weekend after, I'm going to Brookfield, Missouri. Shout out to Carrie's Candies. Gonna be turning it down for Halloween. And
keep going, man. I'm listening, man. Keep going. Keep going. My boy working. Listen, keep going.
Then taking a little bit of a hiatus, not doing shit. And November 9th, shout out to Blazing Creation Design Studio. I will possibly be going out to South Dakota and shutting it down with the whole Wave Gang down there. Shout out to all of them.
Shout out to
And
Wave Gang.
it's gonna be a great time. And then November 29th, I have the show at Pops I just said. But if I get that fucking Tech Nine show, November 15th, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Let's go.
Manifesting that
No,
shit.
ain't no if. When I get the Tech Nine show, Tulsa, Oklahoma, what's the date?
November 15th.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. I'm listening. And then what else?
That's it. We end the year with December 7th in Kansas City. And if I don't get that one show, we pull it up to the spot, pulling up to the studio with the bread ready.
Hey, talk to him. Hey, man, that boy working. I ain't gonna lie. The resume already that you've built up has been impeccable because you've done quite a few shows over at Pops so far. Like here locally, you was hitting the string of shows, and then the next thing I know, Donnie Tsunami on tour for the most part. So, hey, man, I really dig the work ethic. Like I said, I really appreciate the story, all that good stuff. I need to be there. It'll be lit. Hey, make sure y'all go get tickets and go check out Donnie Tsunami at these different events, man. He's out here working. All right, so you trying to play some Mortal Kombat? I see you trying to roll up. So since you trying to roll up, you was telling me a little bit about some of your favorite video games coming up. So let's talk about video games for a
Dragon
while.
Ball Z Spark Zero. I'm fucking excited for that shit.
Hey, it's coming out.
Let's go.
It's like people been playing it. I've been watching it.
It's got 2 more days. Do not say shit. Do not spoil. I haven't watched any videos. Don't say a word.
It's so much stuff out. I'm surprised you haven't seen nothing. I've been watching people play.
I've been trying not to see nothing.
I'm not gonna buy it because I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan. So for a fan, that shit is gonna be crazy. Like, listen, it looks amazing. That shit looks like the cartoon. You feel me? But it just ain't necessarily my cup of tea because I don't know. It's too much to choose from. I don't know the characters that well. You know, I know a little bit about.
He's like, I know Goku, and that's it.
I know about a little bit about Goku and Gohan and this, that, and the other, but did someone say Mortal Kombat? We definitely gonna play some Mortal Kombat here in a minute.
I'm about to get my
Is he rolling the wood? Nah, he ain't rolling the wood.
I would if I had a wood.
That Dragon Ball Z does look crazy though. It looks really good. I ain't gonna lie. But coming up, what were some of the games that you like to play? You was telling me before we really went live.
I loved Zelda. Zelda was really cool because it was similar to Skyrim, but it had its own little fucking thing. You could just, I mean, Link had his own. The story was what got me the most because it's a fucking huge, in-depth story. And I just vibed with that. A lot of the Mario games growing up. Pokemon, I fucked with Pokemon heavy. I still fuck with Pokemon heavy as long as they don't fucking ruin that shit. I'm getting scared.
What's going on, Harv Dan?
That's really all I played. I'm at GTA, Oblivion.
A lot of the single player
Yeah.
games, RPGs and things
Yeah.
like that. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I think Mario was a lot of our first love for gaming, and then Zelda was a lot of our first love for RPGs. Sadly enough, I never even played a Zelda game for real.
If I were to give you a first one to recommend, bro, it'd be Ocarina of Time.
That would be everyone's first one to recommend. I know which ones. I just never played them. You know what I'm saying? I know which ones though. Like I know which ones are the greatest. It says chilling. All right, we finna get into some of this Mortal Kombat. We're gonna run. What you want to play? Best 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll run the best 2 out of 3. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Mad love to Donnie Tsunami coming through, showing love, giving us an in-depth look at him as an artist. Man, I just you really been on it since like 15, and everybody has. I feel like that's come on the show, but that concert aspect is just a different thing. It's something that I wish I would have been able to experience as a kid more. You know,
There's somebody who saw it from the outside looking in. Shout out Light Stripe. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He just headlined or was support for Ryan Killings.
Okay.
At the show. Light Strife was actually there when I was at that show, and when I was right after the Snow show, I went to Tech, and you want to know who I met at the Tech 9 show before I even knew he was an artist?
Who?
Retro Champ.
Wow. Okay. Retro Champ is.
So it seems like everything was like kind of meant to be.
Yeah. Nah. You've met some hitters along the way. I feel like Retro Champ is definitely like a staple, if you will, in the city for sure. For those that don't know, Retro Champ is definitely a staple in the city.
Oh man, this Game Green's acting up.
I don't know why. Sugar Grits, if you in the chat, how do we change it to where I could be on the other side and he could be on that side? And remember, I feel like I gotta press it with this one first. Yeah,
You gonna wash my hands?
oh yeah, sure. You can use that right there if you would like. And then there's a tile right there you can use on there. Yeah, this is the new one, Mr. Smiley. Which one you been playing? You been playing been playing like 11?
Noob Saibot.
I'm gonna mess with Noob. Oh, I got 6 ads. Ooh. Well, we gonna wait. We probably won't be back before you get them 6 ads, so it'll be all right. It'll be
What's it called again?
Oh, it's right, just right there.
Oh.
Yeah, them ones right there. It's all good.
I just don't want to get your controller with man.
Nah, I understand. I actually hella appreciate that. Like, for real, I do. Not to say that anybody be having sticky hands, but my kids, man, I be on them about that shit. They be having sticky hands. I be like, wash your hands before you touch them controllers. They don't even be my controller.
All
Be their
right.
controller. All right, so you on that side of the screen over there, and you can choose whoever you want. So like on this game, you have a cameo character that will be your secondary character that you can choose.
Oh, you got everybody out here.
Yeah, except for the people who ain't out yet. Mortal Kombat, I actually like the characters and the way that the specials and everything is on this. And then on this, you get to choose who you would like to use with them.
Scorpion. Chameleon.
And then to use them, you
no.
can select whichever board. You these are your punch buttons. The bottom ones are your kick buttons. The R2 is your block. That's how you block. Yeah, that's how you block. And then you got a special move when you get low energy. If you press R2 and L2, you'll trigger a special move. I do believe if you press that one, it's grab. Okay. And then
R2 and L2 are special moves?
yeah, well, no, like it's at a certain time when you get like a little bit of health left. Your shit'll be flashing like red. Let's say fatal blow, and you press them at the same time, and you'll do a special move. And then you can select the board. It's all on you. All right, y'all, back from the ads. Sorry about that, man. We got to pay the bills. Who's playing who? I'm back. So I'm yeah, fatal blow. That's what it's called. I'm Noob Saibot on the right side, and he is Ermac on the other.
Oh, what the fuck? I'm already getting my ass whooped.
I think it's pretty easy to pick up. You got it. Already doing what? So what happens to the best of them? I don't mind watching ads. Hey, I appreciate it. It turns a lot of viewers off. I'm trying not to pass something. Once an hour, I think it is.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh-oh.
oh shit.
It's on. Just press O, I think it should go
Oh, my
back.
fat ass fingers. Damn.
Alright, that's 1 out of 2 that I need. Come on, man. You gotta get it back in blood on the next one, man.
I can't get him back in blood, bro.
He's like, I don't play, but on that Dragon Ball Z, you want a different character, you want a rematch.
No, let's go rematch.
Okay, bet.
I like the characters I got. I like Ermac.
Alright.
I like Ermac when other people play as him.
Oh, that's great. Alright, now you see how it's flashing up there. You got a little bit of power. Oh, nice. Take that out. That's when you press R2 and L2. You get the special move. I thought that pause was the finishing move. That's crazy. That grab, keep on catching.
Finish him.
Good games, man. Listen, it happens to the best of us, man. Listen, man. It's
Yeah.
that's how it is. But look, mad love coming through My win streak stays intact for now. I lost it for a minute, but it's back. I need you to do one thing for me before you get out of here, man. Before we get out of here, mad love to everybody who tuned in. I gotta get you to sign the plates for your boy. See some of these STL greats on the plate right there. Pick a marker right out of there.
And we'll spark this blunt and talk a little bit more.
Find you a spot. We can play some more if you want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to play some more, but we can if you would like.
Let's see.
Ooh, we found that. Ooh, look at that. He found that great spot right there. Look at it. I appreciate you coming through. Mad love to everybody who tuned in. You see it right there in between Tez and GA bars. We got Donnie Tsunami. I like, man, listen, you got the, man, boy, you on your way, boy. You got you a different little signature and everything, man. That's cold-blooded. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Until the next time, man. Peace.
Yeah.